Previously on Harmony and Chaos Reboot. Equestria's annual Grand Galloping Gala was brought to a halt as Soren suffered a seizure due to his pan disease. Soren would stabilize and be rushed to Canterlot Royal Hospital. Soren would divulge the truth to Rainbow Dash and explain his reasoning for hiding the truth of his disease. Though heartbroken and angered by the truth, Rainbow Dash understood Soren's reasoning and ultimately forgave him. Following the gala, Twilight will return to her castle, only to become enraged to find out that Shadow had broken her trust by breaking into a display box and drinking Twilight's gifted bottle of Dom Ponion. Twilight, as a result of Shadow's actions, would serve an eviction notice to Shadow, Starlight, and Silver. Rainbow Dash and Sonic would visit Soren one last time in the hospital before Soren would return home to Havens Point to be with his family in his final days. However, as Soren was saying his goodbyes to Rainbow Dash, Soren would take his final breath. How will Soren's death affect Sondash's relationship? And a shocking new discovery is made that will change everything today in this gripping episode of Harmony and Chaos. Episode 10, The Cutie Mark Hedgehogs. Four days after Soren's death, Havens Point Cemetery, Soren's memorial service. Dearly beloved, every pony is gathered here today to say goodbye to one of our great city's heroes, Soren. He was a beacon of generosity, always giving back to our city, and being a role model for all young Pegasi, aspiring to one day follow in his hoofsteps. He was committed as a Wonderbolt to help keep not only Havens Point safe, but all of Equestria as well. Soren, from the time he was young, was always brave. He loved adventure. Soren kept true to himself the entire time he fought through his pan disease. Despite immense pain and suffering, Soren continued to serve Equestria bravely as a Wonderbolt, up until his death. Remember this pony for the brave hero he was. At this time, I would like to ask all of you to pray for Soren for the forgiveness of his sins. Goodbye, Soren. May you rest in peace now, my friend. At this time, we would like to invite all of you to come up and say your final goodbyes to Soren. Friends of Soren went up and said their goodbyes first. Sonic was rubbing Rainbow Dash's shoulder for comfort. Rainbow Dash responded by laying her head on his shoulder. The Harnessers of Harmony all went up together and said goodbye to Soren. Princess Twilight Sparkle apologized to Soren for being so harsh with him the last time they spoke a month and a half prior at the emergency meeting. The gathering was growing thin, and Soren's closest friends, brothers and sisters in arms, the Wonderbolts, were up paying their last respects to Soren. Commander Spitfire and Blaze at Soren's casket. Soren, I want you to know I've always admired your courage and the dedication you had to our team. You were the pure definition of what a Wonderbolt should be. I'm glad your fight is over. Rest in peace, my friend. Commander Spitfire put Soren's pin-on wings into the casket. At ease, Bolt. Commander Spitfire salutes Soren and walks away crying. Blaze is now staring down at Soren, one of her closest friends. I don't know what I'm going to do now, Soren. Ever since we were kids, you were always my wingmate. As long as we've been Wonderbolts, no pony else has had my back like you did. I don't know if I'll ever be at ease seeing some Pegasus else on my right wing. I'm happy you were able to tell Dash the truth before he passed. Had you not, I'm not sure if she'd be as in control as she is right now. You were a true friend, and you always protected me.
I was honored to be the one who took care of you when you needed me to. You were like my big brother, and I miss you. And I love you, Soren. Enjoy paradise, and feel free to check in on for me from time to time. Goodbye, Soren.
Blaze pulls it together and salutes Soren. Blaze walks away and joins the rest of the Wonderbolts. Sonic goes up to see Soren. I know I didn't know you very long, but I know how much you meant to Rainbow Dash. I want you to rest easy because I intend to keep true to the promise I made to you in the hospital last week. I will take care of Rainbow Dash, for both of us. You can count on it. Sonic bows his head and walks away. Rainbow Dash hugs her former in-laws as she makes her way up to see Soren one last time.
I will never forget the first thing you ever said to me. I was the new recruit, and you decided to hit on me by lifting up my tail and saying that I was just curious to see if there was a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You always thought I was offended by that, but in reality, I thought it was just like you, totally cute. It didn't take long for us to become friends, and before we knew it, we had one hell of a love story. Soren, I want you to know, I never, not once, regretted being your wife. I wish so badly the last 6 months would have been different. I wish you hadn't pushed me into divorcing you. It was my vow to take care of you, and you took it away from me. I understand why you did it, and I've forgiven you for all the pain your lies have done. I want you to know, I won't remember you for the pain. I will love and cherish every wonderful moment we ever had together, like this one.
Rainbow Dash puts the photo of her and Soren getting married into his casket.
This photo was the greatest moment we ever had together, and I wanted you to have it forever, to cherish it like I do. I love you, Soren, until we meet again.
I can't do this alone, even though I am strong. Need something more than me, someone to push me to victory. Let's see what we can do together, me and you. Can't be afraid to try. Kiss your fears goodbye. No looking back. You and I were on the attack. Full speed ahead, running to the sunset. Such a different feeling. Both of us believing we can make it better. Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna get something to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight. Alone we will never be. The two of us are holding the key. We see today a world we couldn't see. Before I say goodbye to you, one more last fist bump.
Meanwhile, back in Ponyville, Manic is at DJ Pone 3's studio. So, Manic the Hedgehog, you want to be a rock star, huh? Alright, kid, let's see what you got. Manic sits at DJ Pone 3's drum set, whips out his lucky drumsticks, and begins to hammer out an unbelievable drum solo. As Manic is playing, DJ Pone 3 starts smiling and banging her head to Manic's beat. Next, Manic starts pulling out his trick moves by twirling his sticks on his fingers, and then he finishes with an astounding finale. The finale is so astounding that Manic's right hip begins to glow with a green light, symbolizing that he may have a cutie mark. DJ Pone3 gasps as she is in shock that a hedgehog could have a cutie mark. She gives Manic a standing ovation once he finishes. DJ Pone3 takes off her sunglasses. DJ Pone3 still with a shocked look on her face.
Wow, I went a little crazy with that tryout. I put everything I had into this.
I know you did. I've never seen anything like this in my whole musical career. Manic, you're a one-of-a-kind talent. How is it possible that you have a cutie mark?
What are you talking about? Cutie mark?
While you were playing your finale, your right hip was glowing.
Oh yeah, that's happened since I was like 10 years old. Every time I become one with a drum set, my hip glows. It just kind of happened one day. So, you mentioned something about a cutie mark?
Yeah, dude. A cutie mark is something only us ponies have. It symbolizes a pony's special talent, and glows when a pony is using that talent with every piece of their soul. That's how I knew you put it all on the line with this tryout today. I'm in shock, Manic, and I'm sorry if I'm making you feel uncomfortable, but I always thought only ponies could have cutie marks. Anyway, with what I just witnessed, I know now that I have found a very special drummer. Congratulations, Manic. You've made the DJ Pone3 band.
Shut up! This is awesome! Thank you so much.
Manic, I don't know what I witnessed, but it was something special. I'm beyond honored to have you to be a member of my band. Just out of curiosity, what does your cutie mark look like? As you can see, mine is a vinyl record with blue flames around it.
2 drumsticks crossed over with each other, with the crown over the top of it. Here, I'll show you. It's under my fur.
Manic shows DJ Pone3 his cutie mark. Yep, that's indeed a cutie mark. I don't know how it's possible. I mean, Equestria has griffins, donkeys, and zebras living here, and none of them ever received a cutie mark.
Maybe it's true after all what you said about me being special.
Meanwhile, Fluttershy's cottage. Silver knocks at the door.
Oh, hey, what's up, Silver?
Nice to see you again, Tails. Is Amy here? Yeah, come on in. She's watching television. Silver enters. Hey, Silver, what brings you here this afternoon? I wanted to stop by and check on you. I know you just had your heart broken by Sonic at the gala, and let's be honest, my night at the gala wasn't much fun either, so I figured maybe I could come by and help you feel better. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Silver. I heard this town has a beach, and I know how much you love going to the beach, so I thought maybe you and I could go together and just reconnect, since it's been like 6 months since we last seen each other. Do you two need some privacy? I can go out for a while if you need me to, Amy. No, that's okay, Tails. Silver and I are going to go to the beach. Let me go and put on my bathing suit, and we'll take off. I'm really excited now. Thanks for this wonderful surprise, Silver. Thank goodness Cream is into fashion now. She made me some clothes and a brand new 2-piece bathing suit. Amy rushes upstairs to her room to change. It's nice what you're doing for Amy. It definitely will help cheer her up. Well, with Sonic finally out of my way, I have a chance to finally enhance my relationship with Amy. I've had some feelings for her ever since the first time we met. There's always been this attraction between Amy and myself, but with Amy still being in love with Sonic, prevented either one of us to explore a possible relationship with each other. I see. Well, I hope it all works out for the both of you. I never knew you liked Amy like that, Silver. You know, Tails, when I first arrived here in Equestria 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to tell Sonic where to find you and Amy, but I chose not to tell Sonic the truth because I was afraid he'd end things with Rainbow Dash to once again be with Amy. You have no idea just how happy I am Sonic has moved on from her. I hope there's still that spark between us. Amy walks downstairs. I'm ready to go, Silver, if you are. Tails, I'll see you later. I couldn't be more ready, Amy. Tails opens the door as Silver and Amy head for the beach. Have fun, you two, and make sure she's home by sunset. Haven's Point. Soren's Memorial Luncheon. The Harnessers of Harmony's table.
Rainbow Dash, I want to once again extend my condolences for your loss. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Thanks, Twilight. I should be okay. I have Sonic to help comfort me, and I have a class to teach starting next week, so I'll be pretty well distracted. I'm just glad I got a chance to say goodbye, and Soren told me the truth about everything.
Just remember, we are all here for you, Rainbow Dash, if you need us.
I will. Thanks, every pony.
I know, given the circumstances of this week, this may not be a great time to mention this, but I'm throwing Rouge a going-away party tomorrow night, if any pony is interested in attending.
Count me and Knuckles in, Twilight.
Yeah, sounds like fun. I'm down. How about you, Sonic?
Yeah, if it's a party for Rouge, I'm definitely going.
Although I'm not particularly fond of Rouge, I'll attend her going-away party.
It's a party, so Manic and I will definitely be there.
I'll attend as well, Twilight. I'll ask Tails and Amy if they want to attend too. Thanks, every pony. I know Rouge is going to love this surprise party. Don't worry about bringing anything. I'm having the Irish Pony cater this event. Spike, darling, I'm staying here in Havens Point overnight. Would you like to stay the night with me? It's just I've been so busy lately, I feel like this would be a terrific opportunity to catch up with you a bit. Yeah, I'll definitely join you tonight. I have a lot of things I've been needing to get off my chest about the whole Silver situation anyway. Unless you need me to help you set up for Rouge's party, Twilight. No, Spike. I should be fine. You and Rarity do need some time to talk about your relationship. Thanks, Twilight.
Soren's mother walks over to the table.
I am so happy to see you, Rainbow Dash. I've missed you so much.
Rainbow Dash gets up and hugs her.
I've missed you and the rest of the family too.
Rainbow, can I steal you for a minute? I have something I'd like to tell you in private.
Absolutely. Excuse me, every pony.
Rainbow Dash gets up from lunch and follows her ex-mother-in-law out to the lobby.
I am so shocked that you came today, but I'm glad you're here. I want to apologize for the way Soren hurt you. His actions not only disgusted me, but it disgraced our entire family, and I personally want you to know how sorry I am.
How much do you really know about what happened between Soren and I? The only reason I asked this question is because up until 5 days ago, I didn't even know what really happened.
I am talking about my son's infidelity.
You see, that's just it, Mom. Soren never had an affair. In a nutshell, this is what really happened. Soren found out he had Pegasus anti-nervous disease. Soren decided that he didn't want me around taking care of him as this disease ran its course. So he decided to pay a pony by the name of Tundra to kiss him as I walked into the diner. The affair was staged, so I'd filed for the divorce, never knowing about Soren's illness. I didn't know he had pan disease until Saturday while we were at the gala. I asked him what I did wrong for him to have an affair, and that's when his guilt kicked in, and he told me everything.
Why would he do that to you? I did not teach Soren to be a liar.
He wanted to spare me the agony of watching the disease incapacitate him. Soren and I were about to start our family when he found out he had pan disease. If I would have gotten pregnant, Soren would have died, never knowing his children. And I would be a widow expecting a child. That's why he did it.
Oh, come here, Dash. I am so sorry. I wish things could have been different. I want you to know I've always been proud to have you as a daughter-in-law.
Thank you.
This has been the best day I've had in a month. Thanks for getting me out of my rut, Silver. This is such a perfect day.
I haven't had too many good days here either, Amy. I'm overjoyed to be spending this afternoon with you. I'm really happy we did this. I wanted to thank you for talking some sense into me while we were at the gala. You were right. Sonic and I are over, and I have to accept it and move on. I know it can't be easy for you to admit that. You two have had a long history together, but in the end, it's better this way. It's definitely not easy getting over Sonic. What makes it even harder, Silver, is that I'm the one who screwed it all up. I guess you're right about it being better this way. It really hurt when Sonic said he's been forcing feelings for me the last 7 years. I realize now just how much time I've wasted. Look at it from this perspective, Amy. You have nothing but the future ahead of you now. I couldn't agree more. I've been so caught up in Sonic over the years that I've missed what's been in front of me the last 2 years. Silver, I wanted so badly to tell you this, but I was always so afraid to because you'd always leave and go back to your time in the future. Well, you won't have to worry about me leaving ever again. With Mobius being destroyed, I have no way of returning to the future. So I'm stuck here in this time dimension on a new planet nonetheless, but at least I have my friends. Don't take this the wrong way, Silver, but I'm happy you're not leaving again. It always made me sad when you'd leave because I wanted to tell you that I was starting to develop feelings for you. I was always so scared to tell you because you'd always leave, and I was always holding on to hope that Sonic and I would eventually rekindle the love we had before I cheated on him with Shadow. I wish you would have told me, Amy. I would have stayed with you, or you could have gone to the future with me. In fact, you were the reason I kept on returning to your dimension. Truth be told, I was starting to develop feelings for you as well, and I never thought of telling you, because I always felt that Sonic had a hold on you that I could never break. Who would have thought this is how the truth would have come out? How should we go about this, Silver? I'm not ready to jump into a relationship full force yet. Don't get me wrong, I've always been interested in you. It's just we've been through so many big changes lately. I just need some time to take a breath and catch up. For me, I already know what I want. The only fact I know about the future now is that I want you in mine. If you need time to collect your thoughts and feelings, I completely understand. Don't know about you, but I'm ready to go swimming. Silver extends his hand to Amy. Amy takes Silver's hand as they stare at each other. Silver stands up and helps Amy to her feet. Thank you for such a lovely afternoon, Silver. Now come on, let's go jump in the lake. Amy and Silver enter the water. Amy and Silver continue to catch up and talk about their adventures on Mobius while enjoying their swim. In the meantime, at Twilight's castle, Shadow had just finished cooking dinner. Shadow had a secret passion for cooking, and on this evening, he was about to relive his past because he'd be sharing dinner with Rouge alone. Rouge and Shadow had a very lust-filled romance on Mobius. In fact, that relationship hasn't officially ended yet. Shadow turned to Rouge for comfort, having thought that Starlight Glimmer was murdered by Eggman. Eventually, Shadow and Rouge's friendship turned into a romance. Rouge secretly always hoped Shadow would propose to her, but he never did. Twilight's castle. Rouge enters the kitchen. Do you need any help?
No, Rouge. Go ahead and take a seat. I have no idea where Silver is, but it looks like it's going to be you and I eating alone tonight.
It smells wonderful. No surprise. You were always one heck of a cook. This is bringing back some great memories, though. Shadow enters the dining room with 2 plates of food. He sets one down in front of Rouge.
Your favorite. Lemon salted chicken with my wine sweet and sour sauce, and a double baked potato. I'll be back with some champagne.
Shadow, we really shouldn't be doing this, sugar. This is really starting to bring back deja vu. This could end very badly. Shadow re-enters. He pours some champagne and sits down.
Trust me, I had no intentions of it being just us for dinner tonight. Just relax and let's enjoy each other's company, shall we?
I don't know if I can, Shadow. Let's be honest. For the past month and a half, I've done nothing but take a back seat, all the while biting my tongue, having to have to watch you and Starlight rekindle your love for each other. I was there for you emotionally when you thought Eggman killed her, and I've just stuck by your side every day since. Just answer me this question. Was I ever more than just a friend with benefits to you? Delicious, by the way.
Of course you're more than just a friend with benefits.
Talk is cheap, Shadow. Prove it. Dump Starlight and be with me.
I can't, Rouge. I love her more than anything in this entire universe. Now I'm sorry our relationship had to end. The last thing I ever wanted to do was break your heart.
Boy, I am such a dingbat. I honestly thought you had feelings for me after all these years. So in reality, I really was just a friend with benefits.
I didn't plan this, Rouge. I thought Starlight was dead, and I turned to you for comfort. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a moment that I didn't consider asking you to marry me. When we came to this planet and Starlight got off that train, I was in shock. In that moment, all the love I had for her came rushing back.
Exactly. You never once thought of telling her that you had moved on with me. What is it with her that I didn't give you?
She saved my life, Rouge. If she hadn't used her magic to heal me, I would have died. The reality is, I would have married Starlight on Mobius had she not disappeared to escape Eggman.
Oh, so because I didn't save your life, I'm not good enough? Starlight, at any moment, could have returned to be with you, and she didn't. Have you ever thought about asking yourself why? I was the one who was there for you after she vanished. I honestly thought when we arrived here, I would find you and we'd still be together. I've always chose lust over love, but with you, I finally chose love. That's right, Shadow. I have no idea why I'm making a fool of myself, but to hell with it. I love you, Shadow. I want to be your wife, and I don't give a crap about that stupid little pony Starlight Glimmer and how you feel about her. The choice is yours, Shadow.
Rouge excuses herself from dinner. Wait, Rouge! You know very well I love you. I may never have said it to you, but those feelings were and are still there. I'm being honest now. Please, sit down and finish your meal.
Fine.
Shadow sits again. Shadow holds Rouge's hand.
I'm very sorry for breaking your heart, but I love Starlight with every bit of love I have in me. I can't leave her. If not for Starlight, I'd still be evil working for Eggman. She saved my life and my soul when she healed me from the brink of death. Rouge, you deserve honesty from me. I do love you, and yes, you have been a wonderful friend, but that's where it ends, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Well, at least I have my closure now. It's probably for the best anyway, considering I'll be leaving in 2 days to join the Wonderbolts. I'll always love you, Shadow.
They continue eating dinner. Rouge and Shadow, despite Rouge's heartache, finished their dinner together. Despite her calm demeanor, Rouge was completely heartbroken over the official breakup of her and Shadow. The Harnessers of Harmony had just now returned to Ponyville, following Soren's memorial service. Sonic and Rainbow Dash returned to Ponyville a few hours prior, thanks to flying in the X-Tornado. The sun was setting in Ponyville for the evening. Silver and Amy are crossing the bridge that crosses over a river just in front of Fluttershy's cottage. The two are holding hands, smiling and laughing as they arrive at Fluttershy's cottage. Amy smiling.
Silver, I had a fantastic day today. Thank you for thinking of me. Me too. Probably my favorite day of being on this planet. I'm probably going to have to get a job, so the next time we go out for the day, I can at least buy you a dinner. That doesn't matter to me. I'm just really excited I got the chance to spend the day with you, Silver. It was nice to finally open up and tell you about the feelings I've had for you. I'm sorry for not addressing them sooner. You always made me feel good, and you were there as a friend whenever I needed you. I won't lie to you when I say it was difficult having feelings for you the last year. I always wanted to tell you how amazing you are, and beautiful. I never felt like I had a chance, because I knew how much you wanted to be with Sonic, but now everything feels like it's the right time. It is the right time, Silver. Seeing Sonic with Rainbow Dash at the gala last weekend really was an aha moment for me. The way they look at each other, the way their faces light up when they smile at one another, and yes, even their kisses made it very clear to me that Sonic and Rainbow Dash are in love. You were right, Silver, at the gala when you told me it was time to pick myself up and move on. I want to move on with my life, with you in it. That's good, because I don't want to be stuck in this dimension forever without you. Are you sure this is what you want, though, Amy? Yes.
Fluttershy arrives, landing gently from flight on her front lawn. Amy and Silver stop kissing.
I'm so sorry for interrupting your kiss. It's okay. So how did your trip go? It was fine, considering it was a funeral. It's been such a long day. I'm exhausted. I'm probably going to make a salad, heat up a bath, and just go to bed tonight. By the looks of you two, I'd say you guys had a really fun time at the beach. Yeah, we really did. I'm glad to hear it. Amy, Twilight is throwing Rouge a going-away party tomorrow night. If you're interested, you can go with me. I'm not sure. Rouge and I really don't like each other much.
Well, I'm going to be there, considering it's the place I call home, at least for another month. Another reason I'll need to find a job. I'll have to find a place of my own. If you're going to attend Silver, then so will I. Count me in, Fluttershy.
Great. Twilight told me about how she evicted all of you from her castle, so if you need a place to stay, Silver, I guess you can move in here.
That's very kind of you, Fluttershy. I'll need some time to think it over. I don't want to impose, and you already have Amy and Tails living with you.
I should probably head inside before I pass out on my lawn. Have a good rest of the night, you guys.
Good night, Fluttershy. Thank you for the offer of you opening up your home to me. It really is a wonderful gesture.
I'm happy to do it, Silver.
Fluttershy enters the cottage and closes the door behind her. Tails is asleep on the couch. Fluttershy covers Tails with a blanket. She gives him a kiss on his cheek.
Good night, Tails.
Sugar Cube Corner. Pinkie Pie enters the bakery. Hey, you're back, Pinkie. Wasn't expecting to see you until tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been a very long day. Do you know if Manic's home?
I saw him about an hour ago going into your apartment. He has some big news to tell you. I baked you a shepherd's pie for dinner. It's been cooling in the kitchen for about an hour.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Cake. You didn't have to go through all that trouble.
Oh, nonsense, Pinkie. I know how much you love shepherd's pie, so I made you and Manic one. Mrs. Cake cleaning out the bakery case. And here, take a couple of donuts with you for dessert, Pinkie.
Thank you for all this yummy food. Not to worry, Mrs. Cake. I'll open up the bake shop tomorrow morning.
Pinkie walks into the back room of the bakery and opens the door that leads to her apartment.
Hey, Pinkie. Here, let me give you a hand.
Manic takes the shepherd's pie.
Oh, wow. So what's all this? Whatever this pie thing is, it smells muy delicioso.
Manic, you're such a nut. It's called shepherd's pie, and it's very muy delicioso. Mrs. Cake baked it for us. She also gave us donuts for dessert. So, how did your audition go with DJ Pone 3 this morning?
Pinkie Pie grabs a couple of plates and utensils for the shepherd's pie.
It went great. I definitely put everything I had into that audition, so much so that my hip began glowing.
Wait, what?
Pinkie, there's something I need to show you, but promise me you won't tell anyone, especially your friends about this.
I not only promise, but I pinky promise, and no pony breaks a pinky promise, Manic. It's not anything bad, is it?
Manic moves his fur around on his right hip.
Go ahead and see for yourself.
Pinkie Pie examines his cutie mark.
Manic, this is unbelievable. You have a cutie mark.
That's what DJ Pone 3 said when she saw it. I was hammering out a monster drum solo during my audition when my cutie mark, I guess, started to glow. DJ Pone 3 loved the audition and the cutie mark. In other words, I made the band.
Congratulations, Manic, on making the band. I'm really happy for you. But Manic, this cutie mark is a really big deal. We should tell Twilight about it tomorrow at Rouge's party.
No, Pinkie, I really don't want anyone to know about it. I had this thing since I was 10, and I always got picked on because of it.
Manic, I'm sorry you were picked on. I'm sure being the only hedgehog on Mobius with a cutie mark could not have been easy. But having a cutie mark here in Equestria is something that is celebrated. A cutie mark symbolizes what makes a pony special. Manic, you being a drummer is what makes you special. DJ Pone 3 realized this when she saw your hip glow. What I don't understand, Manic, is how you even have a cutie mark to begin with. I mean, for this to even be possible, you'd have to be part pony.
That's another reason why I don't want anyone else to know. Every hedgehog born on my father's side eventually had cutie marks. I don't know how true the stories are about my father's side. These stories go as far back as 30,000 years ago, when Mobius was a very different place. All I do know is that my father's side was part of the Hedgehog royal family that ruled over the Hedgehogs of Mobius. My dad always told us stories of a lost race of ponies that once lived in the Equestrian Empire on Mobius. My father told me and Sonic that a great war broke out on Mobius over 30,000 years ago. The Equestrians and the Hedgehogs wanted peace, so as a showing of unity and alliance, the Equestrians offered Princess Soletta, and the Hedgehogs well, my family technically, offered Prince Tully to be married. Princess Aletta and Prince Tully would eventually have children together. Some were ponies and some were hedgehogs, but the one thing they all had in common were cutie marks.
Manic, we have to tell Twilight about this. If what you're saying is true, then everything we thought we knew about the history of Equestria has changed. Does Sonic have a cutie mark too?
Yeah, Sonic and I are the only two hedgehogs alive with cutie marks. Pinky, I know you want to tell Twilight about this, but this is something that's personal to me. Please, keep this between us, okay?
All right, I'll keep your secret, Manic. But at some point, this is going to become very public. How are you planning on keeping this secret if your cutie mark decides to light up on stage while you're performing in DJ Pon-3's band? Then there's Rainbow Dash. She deserves to know that Sonic has a cutie mark too.
Pinky, if everybody found out that Sonic and I have cutie marks that date back to our bloodline over 30,000 years, it could cause a panic. I never thought the stories my father told about the Equestrian Empire on Mobius were true until I arrived on this planet. All of a sudden, it started to make sense. The race of ponies that lived on Mobius that disappeared 30,000 years ago was here on this planet the entire time.
There's no history of us ever coming from Mobius. This would change our history completely. I agree with you, Manic. Some truths are better untold.
I'm sorry, Pinky, for burdening you with this secret. I love you.
Aw, I love you too, Manic. I'm proud of you for being honest with me. I'm so excited for you being in DJ Pon-3's band. After all this serious talk, I'm ready to eat some dinner.
Boy, you said it. I'm starving. Thanks again, Pinky, for being awesome and my angel.
And you're mine.
As Pinkie Pie and Manic shared dinner together, Pinkie Pie couldn't help but feel conflicted about keeping Manic's secret a secret. She knew that his revelations would change everything about the history the ponies of Equestria thought they knew. Pinkie Pie, however, realizes now she did make a pinky promise to Manic to keep the secret, so she has no choice but to honor the code that she started. Rather than dwell on the past, Pinky decides to celebrate with Manic on his achievement of getting into the DJ Pon-3 band. Meanwhile, back in Havens Point, Rarity and Spike have just made it up to their hotel suite for the evening. Rarity and Spike were the only two who didn't make the trip back to Ponyville following Soren's memorial service. Rarity needed some time alone with Spike, since they have yet to discuss the incident that took place between Rarity and Silver. Rarity and Spike's hotel room.
Dinner was lovely, Spike. I've had a great time with you this evening. It's been wonderful, actually, having ample time to catch up with you.
Yeah, it was nice to finally have a date with you. It makes what I have to tell you so much harder.
Rarity and Spike go over and sit on the couch.
Spiky Poo, I'm sorry for kissing Silver. It was a terrible mistake, and I took for granted just how much you really do mean to me. I never realized it until that kiss happened.
Rarity, if you really loved me, then you kissing Silver should have never happened in the first place. The fact is, you were intrigued and attracted to him immediately. It took me 6 years to get a real kiss from you, and it only took Silver a couple of hours. That alone is hurtful. Knowing what took 6 years for us to build toward was replaced by Silver in a matter of hours?
I never replaced you, Spike. You can't ever be replaced. This is what I know after 6 years of friendship, and now a romance with you, Spike. I know that you are my dragon forever, and no hunky, charming, sweet-talking Silver Hedgehog is going to ever mean to me what you do, Spike. There has never been anyone who has shown me the kindness, love, and devotion you have shown me over the years. I am so ashamed that it took a kiss with Silver for me to truly understand just how deep the depths of love I have for you really goes.
You expect me to just shake this off like it's not supposed to hurt me? What you don't understand is that when you kissed Silver, my biggest fear about being in a relationship with you came true. The fear that I would only be good enough until some pony better would come along. Rarity, I don't want to be your second choice, and I certainly don't want you to stay with me out of guilt.
Darling, I love you, and you most certainly are not a villain until some pony or hedgehog better replaces you. I'll admit, I've always had reservations about being in love with a dragon, but when I chose to be with you, it was because I really wanted to spend the rest of my life with you, Spike. The biggest problem we face as a couple, darling, is that we don't see each other anymore. Move in with me, Spike. Move in with you? Absolutely. I believe it's the next step in our relationship. Spike, for 6 years, we've had an amazing friendship, but if we are to truly make it as a couple, we need more time together. I think if you were to move in, our relationship would grow because we're taking away that gap that separates us.
The gap that separates us is trust, Rarity. You've always had reservations about being with me. Even on the day when you finally admitted that you were in love with me, you still had second thoughts because you were embarrassed by the fact that I'm a dragon. Ever since we've been together, I've been the one who's been making the effort. Not once have you taken time out to visit me at Twilight's. If that wasn't enough to make me feel insignificant, your kiss with Silver certainly was. I can't move in with you, Rarity. At least not right now.
Are you saying you want to break up with me? Is that what you wanted to get off your chest?
Yes, it was. I'm sorry, Rarity. I think you and I were great friends, but deep down we both know I'm not the Prince Charming you've desired your entire life. Silver is everything you've ever wanted. I mean, look at him. He's handsome, charming, sweet, chivalrous, and he's incredibly powerful. I hate admitting this because I love you, and I know you love me too, but we both know that you regret not giving Silver a chance.
I never intended for this to happen, Spike. It's true, though. I can't stop thinking about him. I don't want to break your heart, Spike. You've been so incredible over the years. I don't know if I can say goodbye to you.
You don't have to. I'm saying goodbye. I love you, Rarity. So much so, I know when to admit that I'm not the one you need. My place in life is with Twilight, helping her balance all of her royal duties. Although this is the worst moment of my life, I'm going to walk out of this room with my head high, because I know in the end, this is how it needs to be. Thank you for the last 3 weeks. I finally got a chance to be with you, and I know we didn't last, but they were the best 3 weeks of my life.
Spike, please.
We'll always be friends, and I'll always be here for you when you need me. Goodbye, my sweet Rarity. I love you.
Spike grabs Rarity and kisses her for the final time. Rarity opens the door for Spike.
I'm sorry for taking you for granted, Spike. I'm sorry for not making you feel as special as you've made me feel all these years. Please don't hate me.
Hate is one emotion I can never have for you. Good luck with Silver, Rarity. I hope he truly is everything you've ever wanted.
Spike exits Rarity's room.
Spike. Keep walking, Spike. Don't turn back.
Spike followed his own advice and kept walking until he reached the Havens Point train station. Spike boarded the train, heading for Ponyville. He stared out the window of the train. As he looked out the window, he could see the tears falling down his cheeks in his reflection. Spike, although heartbroken, knew he had made the best decision, not only for himself, but for Rarity as well. Spike eventually fell asleep during the 5-hour train ride returning to Ponyville. Rarity also cried herself to sleep back at the hotel in Havens Point. She felt guilty for hurting Spike, but she knew that it indeed was her fault why Spike left her. Back in Ponyville, there was also a pony who was having a difficult time sleeping this evening. Rainbow Dash is still lying awake in the gentle embraces of Sonic. Rainbow Dash is in shock to see her clock reach 2:30 in the morning. She decides to wiggle free from Sonic's embrace. Dash puts on her robe and slides into her slippers, then heads to her kitchen. She wearily grabs an empty champagne glass and opens the refrigerator. She pours herself a glass of apple cider and heads out to her patio. Rainbow Dash takes off her slippers and sticks her legs into her hot tub. She looks up, gazing at the stars, wondering if Soren is looking down on her. She takes a sip of apple cider. Sonic, realizing that Rainbow Dash is awake, decides to see if she needs comfort. Rainbow Dash is still looking up at the stars. Sonic makes his way out onto Rainbow Dash's patio. Sleepless night, huh?
Yep. Thanks for holding me most of the night. It means a lot to me.
Well, I love falling asleep with my arms around you. Thinking about Soren? Sonic sits next to Rainbow Dash. Sonic puts his arm around Rainbow Dash and sticks his feet into the water.
Yeah, I'm thinking about his lies more so than about him. Sonic, I can't sleep tonight because I can't help but feel guilty that I couldn't do more for him. I should have been there.
He didn't allow you to be there. You can't blame yourself for that.
I can't sleep because I feel like had Soren been honest with me about the pan disease from the start, I would have still been married to him and I would have taken care of him. You and I never would have met, and just thinking of that has kept me awake the entire night. I guess Soren really was looking out for me when he staged that affair to cover up his illness from me. Sonic, I don't mean this in a bad way, but in a sense, our entire relationship happened as an end result of Soren's lies.
You can't change the past or how it plays a role in your life today. I understand what you're feeling and how it scares you if things had been different, that we wouldn't be together. I look at the situation with Soren and I feel thankful that he did lie to you. Not that I condone it, but you're right. Had he been honest, we probably wouldn't be sitting together with our feet in the hot tub. I'd probably be with Amy right now, trying to force love instead of actually feeling real love with you.
I mean, this whole thing between us is crazy, Sonic. I think about it now and I wonder, I'm a pony and Sonic is a hedgehog. How is love even possible between the two of us? Are you at all concerned that we're not the same species? Heck, we're not even from the same planet.
No, not at all. Look at our friends. Applejack and Knuckles, Pinkie Pie and Manic, Shadow and Starlight. Love just happens sometimes, and there isn't always a rational explanation for it. I know you think you and I wouldn't be possible had it not been for Soren's lies, but what about the Metarex's role in all of this? Had they not destroyed Mobius, Knuckles wouldn't have had to use the Master Emerald's Chaos Control to get us to this planet safely.
I see your point, Sonic.
Sonic looks and touches his right hip where his cutie mark is. And as far as a pony and a hedgehog being together, let's just say I know everything is going to work out just fine.
Sonic, you mean everything to me. Please, I don't care how bad the truth is. I want you to always be honest with me. Don't ever push me away like Soren did. I love you, and no matter what we may face, I always want to face our problems together.
I love you too, Dash. You never have to worry. I've never told a lie in my life. I need and want you in my life forever, Rainbow Dash. So this hedgehog will never push you away. Sonic takes off Rainbow Dash's robe and drags her into the hot tub as they continue to kiss.
I thought you hated being submerged in water.
There's something about this hot tub that makes me kind of like it. Besides, I don't have to know how to swim in a hot tub. Sonic sits in the water. Rainbow Dash turns the hot tub jets on and sits next to him. Rainbow Dash cuddles up with Sonic and they enjoy the warm water together. Friday morning had arrived in Ponyville. The early August sun provided early warmth to this day. Ponies were waking up and heading off to work. Twilight Sparkle's castle was a buzz early this morning as Twilight and Starlight were up planning how to keep Rouge's surprise party a surprise. A weary Spike has now made it home to Ponyville. Pinkie Pie spots Spike walking as she's outside Sugar Cube Corner, setting up the tables and chairs for the early rush of customers that like to have their morning coffee outside. outside of Sugar Cube Corner.
Hey, Spike, is everything okay? You look awful.
Good morning, Pinky. Things didn't go so well last night with Rarity. I broke up with her.
I'm sorry, Spike. Was this over the whole silver kiss thing?
Probably that was the biggest thing, but she was never totally invested in our relationship from the start. The truth is, Pinky, I didn't want to waste my time trying to make her happy when in reality she wants silver.
Well, you look exhausted. Take a seat and I'll buy you a coffee.
Sounds great. Thanks, Pinky.
Spike sits down at one of the outside tables. Manic exits the bakery.
Yo, what's up, Spike the Dragon, dude?
Manic fist bumps Spike.
You're awfully chipper this morning, Manic. I take it you made the DJ Pone 3's band.
I sure did, dude. Like there was any doubt that I would. How did you know about it?
Pinkie Pie told us about it on the train up to Havens Point. She was really excited for you.
You feeling okay, Spike? You look tired, bro.
Yeah. I've been better, Manic, but I'll get over it.
Pinkie Pie bounces out of the bakery with Spike's coffee and a donut.
How in the world do you bounce around and not spill a drop of coffee is beyond me, babe. It defies the possibilities of physics.
Physics! I'm Pinkie Pie. The laws of physics don't apply to this pony. Anyway, here's your coffee, and I added a donut just for the heck of it.
Thank you.
No probs. It's the least I could do for a friend who's feeling blue.
Pinky, I have to run. We have rehearsal in 15 minutes.
Do you think you'll be home in time to go to Rouge's party, or should I just meet you at Twilight's?
We'll play it out. Worst case scenario, I'll just meet you there, kid. Catch you guys later. Love you, Angel.
Manic starts leaving.
I love you too, Manic. Have a productive day. How's the coffee and donut, Spike?
Delicious, and definitely hitting the spot. I better get going myself and see if Twilight needs any help with the party. Thanks for listening, Pinky. You're a true friend.
Anytime, Spike. I'll see you tonight.
Spike leaves. Twilight's castle.
So, what's the plan?
Well, once Rouge wakes up, I will get her out of the castle so you and the boys can start setting everything up. Everyone should be here by 5. I will arrive with Rouge around 5:30. I called the Irish Pony last night, and they would deliver the food at 6, so no worries there. Other than decorating and putting out some chips and dip, there's not much to do.
I talked to Applejack and Pinkie Pie last night on the way back to Ponyville. AJ said she'll bring a couple of Dutch apple pies, and Pinkie is bringing a box of her super chocolate bomb cupcakes or something like that, too.
Well, I guess I won't need a cake then. I can scratch that off my list.
You made a list for hanging out with Rouge today?
Of course I did. I have to make sure I stick to the schedule. I have everything perfectly planned for us to arrive precisely at 5:30.
Can I ask how you tolerate me as your pupil? I'm so off the cuff when it comes to my life, and I certainly don't organize my day like you do.
We're two different kinds of ponies, Starlight. Trust me, some ponies operate better with no structure, but I'm so busy being the Princess of Friendship, I honestly could not operate without my schedules and lists. Spike enters the castle. Good morning, ladies. Twilight, I'm here to help. Spike, you look exhausted. I wasn't expecting you back here until at least the afternoon. Yeah, I know. I left Havens Point in the middle of the night. I broke up with Rarity.
Oh no, Spike.
I'm sorry to hear that, Spike. I think you made the right choice in the end. Why don't you go up to my room and take a nap? Starlight and the boys can handle decorating the castle while I'm out with Rouge today. No, I don't think I'll be able to sleep even if I wanted to. I may have been the one who ended the relationship, but it still hurts that I had to do it. I just want to keep myself busy today so I don't have to think about it.
Sweet Apple Acres. Applejack is in the kitchen with Apple Bloom. They are waiting on the pies to finish.
That was fun making Dutch apple pies with you, Applejack. I never knew that you and Granny put that much work into it.
Well, it's important for you to see how the apples do things.
The secret to our great bacon is that we never store-buy anything but flour and sugar. I'm so proud of all our family's recipes. Over 75 years of great apple bacon here from Sweet Apple Acres.
That kind of sounds like a commercial jingle or something.
Granny Smith and Big Mac enter.
Well, it's the truth, Apple Bloom. I've been here on this apple orchard for all 75 years, and the best apple baked goodness comes from Sweet Apple Acres.
Yup.
Like Applejack said, we have such a great reputation over Equestria, and the reason is quality. Nothing but good old-fashioned bacon from scratch here.
It's such hard work, Granny. How have you been able to do it all these years?
Luckily for me, I've had Applejack all these years to help me keep this farm in business. I couldn't keep Applejack out of this kitchen when she was a filly.
I was just interested in learning, Granny. That and I enjoyed spending time with you. Apple Bloom, I hope to teach you all of our family's recipes so you can pass on our traditions down as well. Where's Knuckles this morning? He's out in the barn making the apple cider for the farmer's market on Sunday. Big Mac, did you try his apple cider from last week? Nope.
Big Mac, it was really good. Applejack taught Knuckles well.
Yes, I did. You see, Apple Bloom, even Knuckles wants to help our family tradition of running Sweet Apple Acres.
Knuckles enters the house.
Oh man, the smell of those pies wafted all the way to the barn. Please tell me you made an extra one for us, Applejack. You know I did, Nux. Give it about 15 more minutes and the pies will be out of the oven. How's it going out in the barn with the cider making? I'm done. All that's left is adding the ingredients to the cider and putting it into gallons. I couldn't handle the smell of those pies any longer. Seriously, I had to come in just to check it out. Oh, dang it, Nux. I forgot. We were almost out of ground cinnamon for the cider. Don't worry. Big Mac and I went into town yesterday while you were in Havens Point, and we picked up 3 50-pound bags of ground cinnamon for the cider. Me and the big lug had it covered. Yup. Boy, you guys are lifesavers.
As the morning gave way to the afternoon, Twilight and Rouge enjoyed a day at the spa. Twilight gave Rouge the royal treatment, which included massages, facials, manicures, and pedicures. Twilight also took Rouge clothes shopping. Rouge picked out a couple of nice outfits, and as it began to near 4 p.m., Twilight checked her checklist and decided it was time to head over to Sugar Cube Corner for a quick coffee stop. Twilight and Rouge enter Sugar Cube Corner.
Hi, girls. What can I get for you?
Hey, Pinky. Shouldn't you be getting off soon?
Oh, yeah. Not to worry, Twilight. Mrs. Cake is feeding the babies, and she'll be right down to close up for the night.
Seriously, Twilight. Now you have Pinky's schedule memorized? I tell you, Pinky, Twilight can't do anything in life without a list. I mean, I've had fun today and all, but Twilight has had this entire day planned to a perfect T. I'm sorry, but I'm a stickler for details. Anyway, I will have a strawberry banana smoothie, please.
And for you, Rouge?
I'll take a regular coffee with vanilla cream, please.
Coming right up, girls. That'll be 6 bits.
Twilight pays Pinkie Pie. Pinky, we'll be outside, okay?
Okie dokie dokie.
Twilight and Rouge grab a seat outside.
Sparkles, I had a great time with you today. Thank you for making my last day with you special. You created the perfect list for a perfect day.
You're welcome, Rouge. I'm going to miss you when you're gone. You've brought so much positive energy and fun into my life. I never thought when Princess Celestia put me in charge of acclimating you to Equestria that I'd find my best friend. Are you looking forward to all the adventures you're about to have being a Wonderbolt? Honestly, not really. I'd much rather stay here with you, Your Highness. I wish you could too, Rouge. My castle is going to be a very quiet place in a month. Are you seriously still going to kick everyone out over a little bottle of champagne? It's not about the champagne, Rouge. It's the principle of having your personal property stolen and having your trust broken. I opened my castle up to Shadow even after he attacked us over that Chaos Emerald. I just feel betrayed that his way of showing gratitude is by breaking into my personal property. So yes, I'm still kicking everyone out. Besides, Shadow and Starlight need their own dwelling anyway. I don't want to be involved in every aspect of their relationship.
I know what you mean there. Trust me, seeing and hearing Shadow at Starlight has been no picnic for me either. La 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 la. There you are, ladies. Thanks, Pinky. Yeah, thanks, Pinktastic. You're very welcome.
Pinkie Pie bounces back into the bakery.
Why was living with Shadow and Starlight been rough? Shadow and I officially broke up yesterday after 4 years of being together on Mobius. What? You mean you and Shadow were together when you came to Equestria? Shadow doesn't see it that way, but I was undoubtedly in love with him. You know the story about Starlight coming to Mobius and falling in love with Shadow, yada yada yada. Well, after Starlight vanished from Mobius, Shadow was emotionally destroyed, and I was the only friend he had, so I comforted him. Over time, Shadow and I developed a trust, and we started a romance. That romance never ended on Mobius. It ended the second Shadow was reunited with Starlight here in Equestria. Oh, Rouge, why didn't you tell me this sooner? Because it wasn't until last night that I finally had Shadow to myself to confront him about our relationship. The entire time we've been in Equestria, I've sat back and bit my tongue watching those two. I don't understand, Twilight, how Shadow can so easily forget that I have loved him for the past 4 years, essentially throwing me in the trash for Starlight, who bailed on him. Does Starlight know any of this? My guess, probably not. None of this matters now. Tomorrow I leave to become a Wonderbolt. I won't have time for a relationship anyway. I'm just hurt because I know Shadow and I had something real, and he threw me away, all because Starlight saved his life. I'm so sorry, Rouge. Well, thank you for opening up to me. You really are my best friend, and if you ever need me, I'll always be here for you. Thanks, Sparkles. You already know I love you, bestie. Well, you know me and my list of activities. We'll finish our drinks, and I have one last surprise for you waiting at the castle. Wow, Sparkles, you went all out on this girl today. I appreciate everything you've done for me the last month. I'll miss our friendship when I'm gone.
Guests begin arriving at Twilight's castle as Rouge and Twilight finish their beverages at Sugar Cube Corner. Pinkie Pie waves goodbye to Twilight and Rouge as she's heading to Twilight's castle for the farewell party. Meanwhile, at Rarity's boutique, Rarity has spent the afternoon secluded in her room crying. Cream, now concerned over Rarity's sorrow, has decided to go up to her room to try and console her.
What do you want, Cream? I just wanted to check on you. You've been upset all day, and I wanted to know if there was anything I could do for you.
Rarity gets off her bed and opens the door.
That's very kind of you, Cream. Please, come in. Are you still going to Rouge's farewell party tonight? I don't think I'm attending. Look at me, Cream. I'm a wreck. Well, maybe going to Rouge's party will help you feel better. I know when I'm sad, hanging out with my friends always help cheer me up. Friends can't help me with this one, Cream. I've been waiting so long to fall in love, and when I finally found it with Spike, I destroyed it. One moment with Silva wrecked everything Spike and I built for 6 years. How could I be so foolish? So selfish? Spike was right last night when he said I took him for granted. I always minimized him because he was a dragon. Spike has always been my rock, my dragon who was always there for me. I never appreciated him.
Cream hugs Rarity.
Cute. Rarity, I'm really sorry, but it's my fault that Spike broke up with you. Spike never saw you kissing Silver, but I did. What? What are you saying? Spike told me at the gala that he saw me kissing Silva. The night before the gala, when you and the girls went to Kitterlot, Spike came by to check on me and to see if I needed any help with any last-minute preparations. As we were talking, Spike told me he felt you pulling away from him. I couldn't stand seeing him like that, so I told him about your kiss with Silver.
until the battle